Hi, Dave.
Hey, Amber.
How's it going?
It's going really well. How are you doing?
Pretty good.
Good. What's new in your life?
Well, since we haven't left this room.
No, we can't. We've left the room. It's been 2 weeks.
Oh, it's been 2 weeks? Shit. What's new? God damn it. I have to think of something new in my life.
Pass? Is that what's new?
I have a confession.
All right. Confess.
I got Snapchat.
Oh, I've heard of that. That's like some kind of social media for beatniks, right? Yeah. Right.
Yes,
like,
exactly.
That's how you talk to each other and be like, we're the best clove cigarettes and like stuff, right?
And we talk about poetry.
Yeah, right, right. And the man.
Yes. Yep.
Like, I've never pictured you as a beatnik so much. You seem like you're pretty much down with society. Like you like society. The whole like freedom from like responsibility that beatniks get into. That's not who you are, man. Like,
oh, I guess you're right.
You're wound tight.
I'm probably the man.
Yeah.
I am pretty much the man.
So what are you doing on Snap? Are you like a double agent on Snapchat?
Yeah. No.
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 Okay.
Not at all.
Good.
I'm just trying to like explore the world.
Wow. You know, I want to try this so bad based on your review.
Well, it's like you could like send pictures to each other
Okay.
and they just disappear.
Well, that's ridiculous. Like the whole, I mean, isn't the whole point of pictures that they are memories that you want to hang on to?
Sometimes.
Okay. Like I can't imagine something that I would want to take a picture of, but I wouldn't want it to stick around.
You can't think of one thing?
I mean, no, quite frankly, not in my life. I mean, I'm sure other people have lives.
No, I don't use Snapchat like that.
Like, what was the last picture you sent on Snapchat?
The picture where I sent to
right, okay.
Fuck your clocks, Joshua.
Right.
Yeah,
because in our game Tales from Boxbury,
yes,
it's actual play role playing game. Our DM Josh Long is obsessed with this clock mechanic, right?
Right,
and I
right.
Mean, what system did he even pull that from?
It's a Powered by the Apocalypse.
Powered by
it's
the
an Apocalypse World mechanic, right? So like he gets this like smug gleefulness about him whenever he has to like start a clock.
Right. It's not even like progress toward the clock doesn't excite him.
Right.
But he's like you whenever you do something wrong, he gets this like like, glimmer in his eye. I'm going to start a clock.
Like he pulls out the Vis-a-Vis.
Yeah, right.
And he like that smile. He's like, just going to start a 4 o'clock.
Yeah. And then he labels them in like ways that we can't possibly know.
Yeah, like
and he takes
letters.
such a joy in having this secret over us.
So fuck your clocks, Joshua.
So that was the last thing you put on Snapchat.
Yeah.
Okay. So I mean, yeah, I could see why it's useful for things like that.
Like I don't want to keep that on my phone.
Okay.
Like why? Yeah. So just throw it out into the internet, and then let it dissolve in the internet.
All right. It's crazy to me because like I don't have. Other than the babysitter sending me pictures of the kids, and me and the wife sending pictures of the kids around, like I can't imagine who the last person I sent a picture to was.
You never send me anything, Dave.
No, I don't.
Oh.
Like I send you my beautiful words.
Hoot hoot was the last message I got from you.
I mean, because it's time for bringing Alice to Athens, right?
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I enjoy taking pictures of my life and putting them out there.
My life's too awful to take pictures of it. Like, it's terrible.
I'm sorry about your life, but mine's beautiful.
Well, that's
good.
So
I like to take pictures of it.
So I just would need to improve everything in my life. And
then document it.
And then find time to document that. I
mean, it's not that big of a deal. I think you could do it.
Oh, there's no way I could do it.
I mean, you could also just document all the horrible things that are going on in your life.
Right.
You have a horrible...
Is there a special Snapchat for bad things? Like
sad chat,
kid vomit, and like
sad chat,
like dog blood, and piles of dishes. Is there like is it a separate thing, or does it function within Snapchat?
I think it can function within Snapchat.
Really?
You could probably do a filter, so like you could like swipe your picture and like do a filter, and then it just looks beautiful. Like it just makes everything look.
So so basically this is right. You can live within your fantasy world of altered pictures while sitting in your roach infested like hourly hotel.
When you put it that way.
Yeah. It sounds pretty good.
Sounds great,
I mean,
actually.
Yeah.
What better way to live your life? Disillusioned.
Yeah, right. Although eventually the rats will start to gnaw on you. Just how it is.
And I could take a snap of them.
The rat eating your
my cold
the
feet.
abscess on your feet. Yeah.
My cold horse feet.
Yeah. Yes. But I mean, and that's the advantage of having horse feet, right?
Right, I could stomp the rats.
And they're not going to eat your hooves.
No,
that's not going to
no.
happen. And so, yeah, you could just, and stomp the rats as they get near you. It's a beautiful life, really.
I've become a centaur. My beautiful centaur life.
Well, I mean, I don't think you've become a centaur.
Okay.
You would have to grow 2 more limbs, right?
I mean, maybe that's happening too. Dave, I need medical attention.
I mean, you need a mythical doctor is what you need.
Is that what you are?
No, I'm a pretend doctor.
No, don't lie to me.
That would be a fun job, though, wouldn't it? Like Shrek Fairyland or whatever, right?
Right.
Where all the fairy tales come to life, and you're the doctor, and you've got to deal with all these crazy humanoids and monsters and all this stuff that comes in that have all their complaints.
How does a satyr work?
Right. And you would have all these vet books about what happens when the satyr loses his libido? Something's really gone wrong here, and it's probably a bigger deal than and the solution isn't surgery or Viagra.
Yeah.
It's he has to make a sacrifice, right? He's got to sacrifice goats to people.
He's got to find the pituitary glands of goats,
right?
And for the satyr, so
and grind mortar and pestle, grind that stuff, and then snort it, and burn some oxen over a fire.
I hate this doctor.
Well, you're going to go to the mythical chiropractor now? You think that's going to solve the problem?
I don't even know what the problem is anymore. Was there ever a problem?
Well, yeah, there was a problem.
Oh, because I'm turning into centaur. I forgot. Shit. How could I forget such a thing?
How could you forget that?
I don't know.
Also, society is crumbling. We've established that. But let me say this, that I think society would be better off if everyone was more cynical. Yes.
Yeah.
Don't shake your head at me.
I wasn't shaking my head.
You were shaking your head and spitting at me.
Don't lie to the listeners.
Your fang venom.
Oh my God. Shut your dirty mouth. I wasn't shaking my head. No, I was thinking.
You were oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I mistook that for spitting venom.
My head cocked a little to the left, and I started to think.
What did you think?
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. I think the problem, a lot of problems in our society, right?
Mm-hmm.
And no matter your political bent, some stuff's messed up that way. And I think that, whether it's television or whatever other kind of media you consume, don't be gullible, right? That's how people get into trouble is someone tells them something and they're like, oh, well, yeah, that's the solution to my problem. This guy apparently said, I'm going to make your life better, whether that's by whatever kind of medical product they're selling or reverse mortgage or whatever.
Right.
Those aren't solutions to your problem. Those are ways for those idiots to make money. And I think if more people approached more people, more products, more information in that way that assume that no, these aren't honest people trying to help me. These are swindlers trying to take my money.
Right.
We would have a better informed society. We would have a better electorate, right?
I think you're on the wrong podcast.
I am.
Okay.
Right.
So, but on that vein,
yes,
talking about cynicism and stuff.
Yes.
And things on the internet and not taking things seriously. So, one of my favorite things to do at night is lay in bed.
Yeah, mine too.
Okay.
Mine too.
We're off to a good start.
Right.
And I have this problem where I really enjoy clickbait articles.
Okay. What is a clickbait article?
Okay. Well, it's one of those things where it's 25 shocking stories of idiots who don't know how to date. And that kind of shit.
Is it always a number involved?
Usually, typically,
okay.
It's 10 things that you never knew existed that you needed to know about. Or 5 recipes that will blow your mind. These are terrible article headlines.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, but I can imagine these things.
25 horrible, shocking shit that will blow your brain out from through the back of your head.
Okay. Where are you encountering these articles? I'm curious how you come across these articles.
So, one, I don't like the Facebook app. I hate Facebook for lots of reasons.
Right. Because they don't support the kind of content that you want to put out there.
Correct. However, the web browser version of it on my phone.
Okay.
I get on Facebook on the
So
web browser.
just like Facebook.com.
Yes.
Okay.
Not the actual app. So I started scrolling through that just to keep like maybe sometimes like somebody will give me a notification or whatever and I'll just look to see. But I'm hardly ever on Facebook. So it started out with me just like I saw one of these articles and I just clicked on it.
Uh-huh.
And then whatever reason, and it's only on the web browser on my phone, does it give me just tons of these clickbait articles.
Right. Okay.
Where I'm like, oh shit, I gotta read about this horrible.
And you really feel like, oh gosh, this one's going to be the one that gives me good information.
I'm not even looking for information at this point.
Okay.
Like, I don't care about information anymore.
What are you doing?
Trying to probably numb myself to sleep.
Huh.
So I really enjoy looking at clickbait articles like that while I go to sleep. I think there's something wrong with me.
Do you feel like you get better sleep or it works or you relax? Because I don't think I would want to know about things that would want to make me blow my brain out. Like, that doesn't sound relaxing to me. That sounds terrible.
Well, some of them aren't quite like that. Most of it's just like embarrassing things people say to each other, like on social media.
Like, texting autocorrect fail, like that.
Some of it, or like people who like try to pretend like maybe like you and you're catfishing and they say something, it's obviously a lie, but then like they just go, haha, or I don't know. It's stupid. I'm sorry for bringing this up.
No, this is fascinating to me. This is like a documentary about some indigenous tribe in the Himalayas.
So I'm sure you probably would have never thought I would be like, well, I don't know. Maybe you think I'd be into this. It's just garbage.
It's not a thing.
It's just garbage.
Like I've seen headlines like that.
Right.
Like that get thrown in, like when I'm looking at a news thing, and one of the things that I browse through occasionally is yahoo.com because I'm like a million years old, right?
Right.
But
God damn it, Dave.
there's like, and once in a while I'll see a headline like down the list of like 15 celebrities have aged terribly or whatever.
Yeah. Yes. That's what I'm talking about.
But like, I wouldn't dare look at that because like that's just gross.
Okay, I'm gonna scroll through
Like, not
Facebook.
that aging terribly is gross. I'm living proof, but like it's just how like it's how life works.
Okay.
But I don't have a purient interest in knowing that.
Yeah.
But see, I don't like celebrity stuff. I think the whole thing is gross.
Well, I used to read Us Weekly a lot.
Sure. I used to buy a subscription to The Life for Us Weekly.
I'm trying to find one for
And you know who I kind of feel bad for?
Who?
Is Britney Spears.
She's...
Because I think she was probably so manipulated at such an early point in her career when I can't imagine she really had agency.
No.
And that had to just like mess her up forever. And I think she gets a bad rap as just like an awful person or whatever. But like...
No, she's great.
I don't know Britney.
Yeah.
I don't know Britney at all.
Dave, you should get to know Britney.
You know what, Brittany, if you're listening, go ahead and contact us at owls@geekspective.com. We'd like to get to know you a little.
Yeah, I'd like to know you more.
Yeah, I mean, friend of the show, right?
Yeah. This podcast episode of Bringing Owls to Athens was endorsed by Britney Spears.
Endorsed by Britney Spears.
Yes.
Yeah.
But here's an example of like something where
Okay.
I would like click on. It's like, be careful what you wish for, especially when the wish is directed at such and such. And it's like, a Photoshop wizard is trolling people online. We can't get enough. I'm sorry.
Wait.
The look that Dave is giving me right now.
Yeah, like, okay, I vaguely know what Photoshop is, and I know like as a verb what it means. Like, you're altering photos in a way that are deceptive, right?
Right.
So a Photoshop troll is
Someone who takes your picture and does something bad to it.
Is that what it says? A Photoshop troll is what was the headline?
I don't remember. Everybody scrolled
it's already
past
gone.
it. Bye, Dave. So here's another one.
Okay.
First off, before I do this one, I just want to let you know right now, for whatever reason, as I'm scrolling through this, it's just giving me tons and tons of NPR articles. Like, I'm super like into NPR,
right.
Which is like, I don't read NPR. Like, I like NPR and I listen to a lot of NPR podcasts, but it's cracking me up because I'm specifically looking for this junk shit.
Right.
And it just keeps giving me highbrow
Yes.
NPR articles. But here's one where it says, the 6 worst parts of winter that suck worse than the cold.
Okay.
And so I would click on this.
All right, wait, before you click on it, let's talk about the 6 parts of winter that suck worse than the cold.
Okay.
All right, go.
Worse than the cold? Okay,
That's what it says.
The dark.
Okay.
I hate the dark.
Uh-huh.
It's dark too early. God, most things I hate about winter is just cold. Literally it would be like 2 cold, 3 cold, 4 cold, 5 cold. I don't like gloves.
Right. Well, yeah, I don't like gloves.
Well, mittens are far superior than gloves.
Okay.
The fact that I have to cover my hands in general. I guess it's the cold. Damn it, it's cold related. I guess Christmas is okay. You hate Christmas?
I like the theory behind it, but it's really
I got
terrible.
one.
Okay.
The static electricity.
Okay, static.
Fuck that. I just got shocked today. I was mad.
All right, so you got 3 down. That's pretty good.
So what's
Right?
it again? Read it back to me.
The dark, gloves, and static are the things you don't like about winter that are worse than the cold.
Oh God, there's nothing worse than the fucking cold.
Do you have that thing when you go out in the real cold and like, does it make you have to pee?
I have never felt that.
Huh. Now there are times if I'm really cold, I don't want to pee because that's just more warmth that's leaving my body.
Well, yeah, I didn't want to get up this morning.
Not even
too.
that. It's
Yeah.
just like if I'm outside
Yeah.
doing chores or whatever.
Right.
While Amber's looking at clickbait articles, Dave's like doing chores outside in the eternal dark.
So what are your 6 things that are...
I don't think I have. I don't mind winter that much.
Okay.
I mean, there are people that would say dry skin.
Okay, yeah.
Like
okay.
that's not really a thing for me.
Oh,
I don't
chapped
care.
lips. Chapped lips. I hate that.
My lips are always like moist
I don't
and
care
dreamy.
about your lips, Dave.
Well then, okay, chapped lips, dry skin, and I mean,
Worse than the cold.
like I would. I don't know if ice is cold, but like
It's an inconvenience.
like falling on ice is a thing, right?
Yeah, okay,
like,
yeah. It's not cold. It's just falling and breaking your hip.
right. Which I don't even care. I think it's kind of funny when I fall. But like,
You're the only one laughing.
right. I mean, usually I'm the only one there.
Yeah, yeah.
But like, I get the humor in it. Like, I get why if I was disassociated from my body, like that would be funny. But like, if an old lady falls and gets hurt, like that's not cool. That's not funny at all. And ice is a real problem.
All right. Are you ready for this actual list?
Yeah, sure.
So again, read it off to me. What did I put?
Okay. Do you want number 1?
Start from the beginning.
Okay. The dark.
Yeah.
Gloves, static, chapped lips, dry skin, falling on ice were our 6.
Okay. So this is what this list says. Your phone dying the second you take it out of your pocket.
Your phone dying. What?
Whatever. I don't give a
No,
shit.
what was it?
So your phone dying the second you take it out of your pocket.
Why? I've never had that happen.
There's like, I'm no scientist, but I'm pretty sure the winter is poison to cell phone batteries.
No.
Okay, whatever.
Like-
We're moving on from that.
I have a lot of questions about number 1. Number 1 was phone battery.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. 2, when you get hot the second you walk indoors.
Getting hot is worse than being cold. Okay.
Fucking, what is this? 3 is having your legs be constantly numb.
What? That's called paralysis.
You need to go to a doctor.
Right. Paralysis. Okay.
It's because they said that, like, jackets cover your butt and your torso, but then, like, you don't ever have anything to cover your legs. I'm like, those are pants, bitches.
Like, I have so many questions. Like,
They're definitely
Like,
not.
I've
Have they not
worn-
heard of long johns?
like, and like, I'm not like one of those people who wear shorts like all winter.
Right.
But I've worn shorts in pretty cold weather, and like my legs have not gone numb. Right? Like,
I've had my ass go numb.
well, I mean, like it falls asleep.
No,
And,
like,
like,
it's
my
so
butt's
cold.
been really cold.
It's so cold.
But
that,
like I've
yeah.
had my hands go numb, and you get that really like pins and needles kind of feeling.
Yeah.
But like if that happens to your leg, I think you're gonna die.
Right.
Like that's femoral artery, and like you're losing some.
Or you're turning into a horse.
Or you're turning into yes, that's a valid thing.
So
okay,
that was 3. 4, the trash snow that doesn't melt for months.
okay,
Okay, so I kind of agree with that because right now in our yard is just like a giant pile of snow that they like, plowed through the parking lot, and then it's just like this hideous eyesore.
okay.
I mean, it's not worse than the cold. I just don't
mean,
like looking at it.
It's fine. I mean, you could pour some warm water on it, right?
Yeah, I'll just pee on it. Okay, so number 5 is the constant hat hair.
Hat hair.
Well, first off, I don't wear a fucking hat in the wintertime.
Well, it's kind of like
I've
a
got
corollary
hair.
to your gloves thing, right?
Well, guess what, Dave? Number 6 is gloves.
Oh my gosh.
Gloves are necessary for surviving the winter.
No, they're not.
But all glove designs suck a raging butthole.
Ooh, that's a harsh critique.
Either they don't warm your hands or they make it impossible for you to do anything else. Whichever they are, they suck.
I think the only thing that this teenager is trying to do with their hands is use their phone and put on a hat.
Well, hats are awful, apparently.
Right. But like, I mean, like it isn't like they're trying to like draw pictures or
No.
like feed the homeless or
do
like
cross-stitching.
skin a meerkat or something. Like they're not doing anything real with their hands.
No.
Like I have several pairs of gloves, and some pairs of my gloves are like really like rugged, like work glove
Yeah.
kind of thing. And some are like nicer, like keep your hands warm kind of gloves.
Yeah. No, I don't like my fingers being separated, so mittens are where it's at.
I mean, I get that. There's some things that makes mittens would
Like
be
if I'm not gonna,
hard.
if I can't use gloves to do anything with anyway,
Right.
then I'm just why not just have all my hands, all 18 of them,
Right.
in one shroud.
Wait, all hands in one shroud,
Yeah.
or like all fingers in one hand?
I don't know anymore,
Okay.
Dave. It's too
Like
cold.
essentially, if you just reduce your hands into like a two bivalve kind of like pincher.
I'm into it.
Yeah, I mean that's what mittens do.
Yeah.
I mean, and you can still do a lot of things.
Mhm. I just like one hand is like 9 little hands.
What?
Sorry, I'm in a really weird spot. in
No,
my-
tell me about how one hand has 9 little hands.
I just okay. So there's these like little tiny hand things that
Yeah.
you can put on your finger, and
Yeah.
it's like a little tiny hand. You see
right?
those? Yeah.
Archie McPhee. I'm.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
I love
I mean,
Archie
you
Feet.
you found part of the world that I know.
Okay, good. So like, just imagine one hand with like 9 little hands on it.
Why 9?
Because I had 18. I said 18. I gotta keep continuity.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'm sorry.
It's a bit, Dave. Get on board.
I was trying to figure out how you turned 5 fingers into 9 hands. I
Well,
was-
you got a palm area too.
okay, and so
you
you've
put
got to
fo-
like
you gotta put 4
jab
here.
toothpicks into your palm
Yes.
and stick little hands on those. I mean, I
Beautiful.
suppose if you put toothpicks in between your fingers and like the soft skin there,
Oh,
that would give you 9.
yeah, you're right. But I don't like that.
Oh, well, and that's even worse than the cold during winter. Jamming toothpicks in between your fingers to make more fingers, which then you can turn into hands.
And then you can put it into one glove. Or one mitten, not a glove. Fuck gloves. So I have an email.
All right.
Do we want to do
Yeah. Welcome to a new segment in Bringing Owls to Athens. People send us emails with questions about their lives or other things going on. Because owls are wise, and we are 2 wise people, we'll answer your question. If you have questions, send them to owls@geekspective.com. And if you've given us a good one that we get a kick out of, we will read it on our podcast and answer it for you.
the best of our ability?
No, probably not, but in a way that entertains us.
I mean, to the best of our ability.
Wow. You're making a big claim here.
Dear Owls, how do I write legal documents? Like, I know I use my hands, but how do I find the time to do so without paying out the ass to a lawyer? Follow-up question, why do lawyers cost so damn much? From JLo.
I think that's a good question, JLo. Thanks for contacting us. I think his main problem in this is that he doesn't want to pay the money to do this. And so in that case, I would say just do it yourself. Anything can be legally binding, right?
I was going to say, like, just step one back further. His actual problem
Okay.
is doing anything legally.
Right.
Like, why?
Why I don't know what kind of important thing this guy has going on that he feels like he needs to do it legally. But like, let's theoretically say I did.
Okay, all right, I'll allow it.
Like there's some kind of important thing, like I'm going to make taxes or something. I don't know. I'm 9 years old and I want to emancipate myself.
Okay.
And like it has to be super important.
Okay.
So like, doesn't this fall under the category of like, it's better to beg for forgiveness than ask for permission? Just do what you're going to do. Do it however you're going to do it.
Right.
Get a green crayon, write whatever you're going to write.
Right.
And then like assume that works.
Right, because like you said earlier, anything can be legally binding.
Right. And then if you mess it up, like, then call in the lawyer. And then, like, if you need money
You should rob a bank.
or, like, run some kind of elaborate scheme.
Or do catfishing. I mean,
Catfi-
Dave could give you all
I was going to
sorts
say,
of-
though, but, like, that's hard. That takes a lot out of you to do that.
But he
Couldn't
could
you-
catfish a lawyer.
You could catfish, or couldn't you just, like, mine, like, WoW coins or something?
Bitcoin.
Bitcoin, you could mine Bitcoin, right?
Right. That's
like, that's a good way to get money.
I don't know how.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Like-
So so we've got options for him. So one, catfishing.
Like
I
solid.
mean, solid. It's a good
Right.
gig, I've heard. Then mining Bitcoin.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And then there's also robbing bank.
Robbing bank. I don't know how many bodily fluids this J-Lo has, but like he could probably get rid of some of them.
Oh, you mean like selling plasma? Or
As an example,
or if they have sperm.
sperm
bank,
people will buy that stuff.
Yeah, people will.
Brain fluid, like all those. There's a lot of things you can sell.
But see, I think the catfishing's the best option because if you could just find a lawyer, then you could get it all in one.
Like you would have to find like where lawyers are looking for dates, right?
Right. Like
lonelylawyer.com. Past this bar .luv, I believe. One more on the bench.
But then he did want to know, why do lawyers cost so much?
Well, lawyers need a lot of things. Okay, lawyers aren't like normal people.
Right.
They're fancy like ultra humans. And they need things like expensive suits, good lunches, vacations, boats, trophy wives, all those things. And that costs a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
So you're dealing with a superior person here. And so, yes, it takes more of your plebe dollars to appease them. Now, if he was a lawyer, he would know, like, lawyers aren't that expensive. If you're a lawyer, you can pay another lawyer $2 lawyer dollars and get whatever you want.
Wait. You're blowing my mind.
Right.
So, like, there's, like, lawyer currency.
Yeah, there's lawyer everything. There's lawyer cars, lawyer currency, lawyer special places lawyers can, like, vacation to that the rest of us don't know about. You didn't even know this, did you?
No.
You're clicking on the wrong articles on the internet.
I need to stop looking at clickbait and get on and get into other...
There's a secret lawyer island that you can go vacation to in the Caribbean. That's why they have their own dating sites.
I see.
Because you don't...
Do farmers also have, like, their own shit? Because I know there's farmer dating websites.
There is, but that is not the only, like, criteria for, like, being a separate class of people. But yes, farmers are a separate class of people. Some people say they're inferior. I don't. Like,
no.
Like they're different, right?
Okay, gotcha.
Like dolphins and porpoises. Like they can't interbreed.
No,
you can't interbreed with a farmer. Like
no, there's a dolphin porpoise that exists, Dave. It's happened.
Really?
Yeah, or a whale dolphin, a holphin. It's happened. It may have been a clickbait article. I don't know.
Maybe it was one of those Photoshop troll things.
Anyway, a farmer can marry a lawyer if they want to.
They can, but they can't have children. The DNA.
No. They can have children, but the children can't reproduce.
Oh, the children themselves are sterile.
Yeah, yes,
right,
that's how it works.
These half lawyer, half farmer people. First of all, they can't reproduce because no one would be interested because they're just hideous, right? Half farmer, half lawyer. Can you imagine? Like
a business suit with overalls.
Yeah, right. And like slick back hair with like the straw hat.
Yes.
Like, you know, the BMW tractor. Like it doesn't make sense. And so like, yes, no one would be attracted to that person because they're just kind of a like it's just gross.
You know what?
But they're also genetically sterile.
Look, there's always somebody for somebody.
Well, yes. I mean, of course.
All right, JLo, does that answer your question? Okay, good. I don't care.
I assume that when he asked, why is it so hard to write legal documents? I assume what he was really asking was, what happens when a farmer mates with a lawyer?
I mean, that's what I read.
Right. Listeners, if you have questions, please send them to owls@geekspective.com. If your question was as good as JLo's, or let's be honest, hopefully better, we'll be happy to give it the same intelligent, thoughtful,
caring, well-planned
treatment that we've given his, right?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Uh-huh. Like, I will carve out, like, 40 minutes of my day pondering your question. Yeah, research. I will research. I researched a lot for this question.
Yeah, I did too, as I did too. Yeah.
All right, Dave.
Amber, this has been fun. I've enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's been good.
I mean, the first one I didn't say I enjoyed it because it really wasn't fun.
I know. I'm sorry.
This one has been good.
Yeah, this one's pretty fun. I think we could keep doing this.
You think so? Because as we were talking about it, I was like, oh, maybe I've said too much, and maybe Amber doesn't want to do this anymore.
What?
Do you want to keep going?
Yeah.
This is awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. I like it.
I've heard there are other podcasts.
What? There's other podcasts?
Yeah, I've heard this.
Okay.
But I assume this is the best one.
It's not even out yet, but it's probably great.
By the time people are listening to this, it's out.
Yeah, that's true.
Like by definition.
Okay.
So it's out.
Yeah, it's out.
It's burning up the streets.
Yeah, that's right. We're the best.
Like it's the hot new street drug called owls. All the kids are into it.
Mm-hmm. They
They call 'em-
Snapchat it.
Yeah, they Snapchat it and
They Snapchat
and
doing
club drug
owls.
it, and
Yeah.
like it's crazy.
Fucking club drug it. So I guess Dave and I are on a lot of other podcasts, like Tales from Oxferry, which is an AP podcast.
Yeah.
You're on my podcast every once in a while.
Shapeshift. Yeah, absolutely. I'm on Meet the Press about once a month.
What's that?
A political roundtable through
is that on
NBC.
Is that on the Geekspective Network?
No,
Oh, okay.
that's through NBC Media.
Okay.
Yeah. But they have me on to ask me about my opinions about the world and like
Wow, Dave.
you guest on Fresh Air once in a while.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. When Terry Gross is out on NPR, that's why you get all the NPR feeds.
Uh-huh.
They're like, "Hey, Terry Gross has like strained her ankle. Can you fill in for a month and a half?" And you're like, "Sure, whatever.
I
I
really
got
wish
this."
I knew what you were talking about, but that's okay.
Your ankle is the joint between like your.
Shut up, Dave.
Most people who don't have hooves, there's a joint that goes between your lower leg and your foot, and it moves. It enables you to move your foot to accommodate. some
See,
things.
this is why I come to you for medical advice.
So that's what I was talking about. I'm
Okay,
sorry.
cool. So yeah, so we have these other podcasts that we're on. You should check them out.
Absolutely.
Great, I guess.
No, they're really good.
They're fun. I enjoy making podcasts, Dave.
I do too. It's fun to number one. This is more fun than a lot of things because
Yeah,
it's just
screw
so
you,
free form
Josh.
and it's just it's just a different. It's a different way to kind of express ourselves.
Yeah.
But a lot of our other stuff is rooted in the nerdiverse.
Nerd turn. Yeah.
And we do a lot of actual play, tabletop role playing games.
So if you want to check those out, you can find it on geekspective.com. On Twitter, we're Geekspective, and my podcast is Shapeshiftcast on Twitter. And we also have a Patreon.
Yes, Patreon. As a Patreon supporter of any of our Geekspective network shows, you'll get extra content every month and additional goodies once in a great while. Thank you to all of our Patreon supporters.
Another thing that would be really helpful is if you guys, if you are liking this, could leave a rating or review on iTunes. It'd be very great. It helps us get recognized on the iTunes aggregator shit. I guess that's what Josh tells me anyway.
Also, if you're enjoying this, you should probably take maybe a good look at your priorities in life.
No, I think they got their priorities fucking straight.
Seriously?
Yeah. Like,
Okay.
Of course they want to listen to me.
Well, yes, sure.
I mean, I don't hardly say anything, but that's right. You can just
No, I'm the play-by-play guy.
Mm-hmm.
You're the color commentary. Do you
Oh,
have
yes.
any idea what that is?
Maybe it's about sport.
It is about sports and
Okay.
about sports broadcasting.
Okay.
And so, like, usually there's a 2-person team.
Okay.
And one person will tell you what's happening in the game.
Okay.
Johnson passes to Wilson, and Wilson dribbles up the court and
Yeah.
passes to Smith, and Smith goes up for the shot. The other person, the color commentator, would be like, well, Smith is he's a real workoutaholic, and he can lift 720 pounds, and his eyeballs are 15 feet apart, and like, whatever. Like, his eye stalks are growing at an impressive pace for his age, or whatever. And adds in the color commentary
Yeah.
about, like, just that isn't really related to the flow of the game.
Okay.
So that's what we do.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So, again, if you like it, share it.
Thanks.
Thank you. Bye.
Until you fall asleep, and then we'll be there. Every time you close your eyes, it's Dave and Amber
Watching.
clip-clopping around your bedroom.